Good morning children, welcome to online classes, Padmavati Junior College, Narsanapeta. I am Bhaskara, Botany faculty. Today we talk about tissue culture. It is present in 13th chapter, Strategies for Enhancement of Food Production. It is present in 6th unit, Plants, Microbes and Human Welfare. Now we are going to that tissue culture. First of all, what is meant by tissue culture? Define the term tissue culture. First of all, we take any part of the plant body, that cultured in test tube, which has contained culture medium. This is one type of technique, the technique growing, culturing and maintaining the plant cells. Growing, culturing and maintaining plant cells, tissues and organs in vitro. This phenomenon, tissue culture, this process is called tissue culture. The technique growing, culturing and maintaining cells, tissues or organs of the plant body in vitro. In vitro means the plants, they are growing in test tube. So that is in vitro, which means artificial. So this is tissue culture technique. The technique is done by various kinds of methods. The following methods. First one is preparation of culture medium. Preparation of culture medium. We take for various kinds of nutrients, especially carbon substances, carbon source such as sucrose. For example, we take a small test tube or petri dish. First of all, preparation of culture medium. In this medium, we must provide carbon source such as sucrose. This is the carbon source. And also inorganic substances, inorganic salts, especially inorganic salts, vitamins, amino acids and plant growth regulators such as auxins, cytokinins, etc. These are all culture medium. The culture medium, the medium must provide sucrose, carbon source sucrose and also inorganic salts. Inorganic salts and vitamins, amino acids, and PGR, plant growth regulators such as auxins, cytokinins, etc. So this is culture medium, culture medium. So it is mixed with distilled water which is present in 5.6 to 6.0 pH. We must observe that. So this is the culture medium. And second one, sterilization of culture medium. Sterilization of culture medium. Sterilization of culture medium. So the medium which has contained carbon source, sucrase. So the contamination, especially microbes, microorganisms, they will attract and grow. Attract and grow. So we must sterilize, we should be sterilized that culture medium. When we can't sterilize that culture medium, that is spoil, because the contaminated microorganisms, the germs, they all attract to that, and this medium completely spoil. So we should be sterilized culture medium. The sterilization process carried on steam sterilization, carried on in a steam sterilization. The sterilization process carried on in a sterilizer, steam sterilizers, steam sterilizers. Okay. The sterilization process carried on in a steam sterilization is called autoclave. 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 The culture medium autoclaved, the culture medium is autoclaved for 15 minutes. It is autoclaved for 15 minutes. 15 minutes at 121 degree centigrade, 121 degree centigrade, and 15 LBP pounds, LBS pounds. Pounds of pressure. Okay. The sterilization process carried on in a steam sterilizers called autoclaves. Autoclaves. The medium is autoclaved for 15 minutes at 121 degree centigrade and 15 lbs pounds of pressure. So this is sterilization process. Sterilized culture medium. Sterilized culture medium. And third one, preparation of explant. Third one, preparation of explant. Of explant. Preparation of explant. In this method, we take any part of the plant body, like leaves, roots, shoot, any part of the plant body that is used to inoculum. So this is called explant. Any part of the plant body. Any part of plant body like leaf, root, shoot, any part that is used to inoculum. So, this is called preparation of explant. So, now prepare that explant. Shoot part, root part, leaf part. So, explants, any part of the plant body like leaf, root, shoot, they are used to that inoculum is called preparation of explant. And fourth one, inoculation. Fourth one, inoculation. Inoculation of explants, which means the plant parts, they are transferred to the nutrient medium, culture medium. This phenomenon, inoculation, okay, that is carried out in an aseptic condition. Okay. The explants, they are transferred to the culture medium, sterilized culture medium, sterilized nutrient culture medium. Okay. This is inoculation process like this. Sterilized nutrient culture medium. The plantlets, which means any part of the plant body, they are transferred to that sterilized nutrient medium, culture medium, nutrient culture medium. So, this is called inoculation process. The process that carried on in a aseptic condition, It carried out and in aseptic conditions, okay, which means without contaminated atmosphere, aseptic condition. The process that occurs in aseptic conditions. So, this is inoculation process. And second one, next one, incubation. Incubation process. The cultures, which means the plants, explants, which are present in the sterilized nutrient culture medium, that develop, that produces for 3 to 4 weeks, the cultures produce for 3 to 4 weeks, during which period the plant explants absorbs nutrients, more and more amount of nutrients. Why? Because they are present in sterilized nutrient culture medium. Okay. Incubation, in this process, the cultures, which means explants, produce 3 to 4 weeks, during which period the explants absorbs nutrients, grow and undergo various developments are there, and undifferentiated mass is formed from that explants. undifferentiated masses from that explants. In this process, the plantlets they are grow and undergo repeated divisions. Repeated divisions are there in these explants, the plant parts. The repeated divisions that occurs in it and forms undifferentiated mass. Undifferentiated mass. It is called callus. Like this. So, repeated divisions that occurs in the cells and tissues of the plantlets, then that forms undifferentiated mass. This is called callus. Callus. Sometimes the plantlets produce roots and shoots produce directly, and sometimes the plantlets roots produce directly. Alternately callus, which means the embryo-like structures they are formed from the callus, they are developed from the callus. The embryo-like structures develop from callus. This phenomenon embryogenesis. 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 Okay. Callus forms embryo-like structures. Embryo-like structures. So that's phenomenon embryogenesis. Embryogenesis. And the embryo-like structures which are developed from the callus, those embryo-like structures are called embryoids. 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 Embryo-like structures which are developed from callus is called embryoids. These embryoids they are developed from the somatic cells. So these are called somatic embryoids. Somatic embryoids. And these embryoids they are forms shoot and roots. Shoot and roots. So that is called organogenesis. Organogenesis. This is incubation process. So organogenesis process. So the small plantlets they are developed from the callus, embryoids. Like this. Okay. This is incubation process. I say once. In this medium, plantlets they are produced for 3 to 4 weeks. The cultures produce 3 to 4 weeks, during which period explants absorbs nutrients, grow and undergo repeated divisions and forms undifferentiated mass is called callus. Sometimes root and shoot produce directly. Alternately, embryo-like structures develop from callus is called embryoids. So this process is called embryogenesis. These embryoids develop root and shoot. Then they are developed into the small plantlets. So this is called organogenesis. Organogenesis. Next, sixth one. acclimatization of explants, plantlets. Acclimatization of plantlets. These are plantlets, which means young plants. Plantlets. And transfer to the pot. Transfer to the pot, or then the transfer from pots to croplands. And transfer to the pot. Now the plantlets, they are transferred to the pots. The plantlets, they are transferred to the pots. They are transferred to the pot. Pots, which has contained fertilizers. Fertilizers. The plantlets, they are transferred to the pots, have contained fertilizers. The process that is occurring acclimatized. Okay. When before the transfer to the cropland, we must acclimatized plants are there. Acclimatization is necessary, which means the plants, they are developed in shadow places temporarily. Okay. After 1 week, they transfer to the croplands. Transfer to the cropland. This is the tissue culture technique. What type of advantages are there? The tissue, in this process, we develop more and more plants in short period. Yeah. We develop more yield in the short period. So this is called micro propagation. Micro propagation. Micro propagation. So this is the 2 marks question, micro propagation. In this process, tissue culture technique, we must develop more yield in short period. So that is called micro propagation. First advantage. Another one, diseases free plants. From diseases free plants, we must develop diseases free plants from diseased plants, which means the plants that has contained some diseases. So the diseased plants are there. Now we should improve the new plants, develop the new plants from that diseased plant by using this tissue culture technique. So diseases free plants developed from diseased plants. So another technique. Next one, the plantlets, the young plants. Young plants, they are developed from the parental plants, genetically similar. Genetically similar. So that is called, that plantlets are known as Swarma clones. Swarma clones. Swarma clones. This is also 2 marks question. Swarma clones means the young plants, the plantlets, they are developed from its parents. Its parents genetically similar. These are genetically similar to its parents. So this type of plantlets, young plants, are known as Swarma clones. So this is the tissue culture technique, and these are advantages. Thank you one and all.